This is Dr. Lariat, aka Doc, aka Gunther, aka the Lunatic Fringe, aka your bud from Alberta. And joining me today is a bang up guy. He's fucking hard. He's from I'll tell himself where he's from. This is Fauche. How you doing, Fauche?
Hey! I'm good. Thanks for having me on the show, Doc. I'm from Edmonton, scenic Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Oh, it's pretty. It's beautiful over there. I gotta tell you, it's
Oh,
beautiful.
God's country,
Oh
God's
yeah,
fucking country, bud.
fucking yeah, bud. And we're here today to talk about what I love, probably what you love, mostly what you love, because I like talking to people. It's what I'm doing now. It's what I used to do for a living, and I really enjoy it. So my question for you is, how'd you get into wrestling?
Okay, well, I grew up in the '90s, so
Yeah.
like every kid was into wrestling. Stone Cold, Goldberg, Sting, playing games on Nintendo 64, you know.
Hell yeah.
But then I fell off. I fell off for a bit.
Mm.
Early 2000s, just wasn't watching anymore. I think probably because Dragon Ball Z came out, and we're like, fuck wrestling, let's watch Dragon Ball.
Oh, you know what,
Uh,
bro? I'm sorry to cut you off, but
no, no, not at all.
freaking Dragon Ball is like one of the best cartoons. It's probably my favorite cartoon after The Simpsons, and like it has the same kind of principles of pro wrestling because you got a good guy and you got bad guys and you got factions, and yeah, it's fucking hard, man.
It's really a natural step, I think, to go from one to the other,
Yeah,
like that.
totally.
It's the same basic genre. But then in like 2005,
Mm.
my parents got like a different cable package. So then, like, I don't know if we just didn't have wrestling, but one night we're like, "Oh, wrestling's on it. We can actually watch it." And so we put it on, me and my brother, and it was Eddie and Ray feuding over custody of Dom, setting up
Oh
that
man.
ladder match. And we're like, this is the sickest fucking TV show ever. We gotta watch this every week. So it's hilarious. And I got back into it and been ride or die ever since.
Hell yeah, man. So what was it about the wrestling that appealed to you?
I mean, then it was because we just thought it was like so hilarious that like two guys could be fighting over custody of a kid in a ladder match. That was like that's the
Hey,
best thing on TV. And then like
that's funny,
quickly
man.
turned into because I was like a high school kid then, so like became like smart mark high school wrestling nerds to go on the internet and you're like, what's Ring of Honor? What's CZW? And then
Uh,
that stuff was getting more accessible around then.
yeah.
And then yeah, just kept watching as much as I could, which was kind of limited. We didn't have satellite, so I couldn't really watch a lot of the pay-per-views at
Mm.
first, but get older, get your own place, and now it's more accessible than ever. And yeah, I got into like New Japan right around when Nakamura and Styles came back over to WWE. I was like, man, I
Okay.
gotta because heard about Bullet Club and like Nakamura came in. I'm like, oh, he's fucking awesome. I was like, I gotta try and get a hold of New Japan World. And so the first show I watched of theirs was that was it Secure Genesis when Naito won the title, the world title,
Oh man.
off Okada.
That's
And that
a
was
great
like my
show.
first. I was like, "This is the sickest fucking wrestling there is." And then I was like hooked after that.
That's a fucking great show to get into. Like that title win, even though Sonata helped him, and that title victory. You like when you got the streamers blowing, the crowds jumping, Naito song, dun, 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 like that song pumping, and then he looks at the belt, throws it up, and walks away. That's fucking hard. So
Ever
fucking
since
hard.
I've like Naito's been my guy. I'm in like my perfect world after that last when he got to do the roll call after beating Sonata at Wrestle Kingdom. I'm like, if he had just retired right then and there, that
That,
would have been beautiful instead of like doing what he's doing now. But still my guy.
hey, hey,
Uh,
I have hopes that he's really going to like just be on that big match schedule. I don't care if it's in New Japan. It's probably gonna be in Noah. If I'm listening to the right people saying the right things to me, it sounds like he's gonna be doing his own thing outside and getting those big money paydays. Because I really think that you know how he did the final bye bye, like the final bye bye. I really
Final
think,
bye bye, sure, yeah.
yeah, I really think that's when like Cyberfight saw like the money in him because if if we're gonna keep it like straight up, he is the number one draw in Japan over the last 10 years. He's bigger than Okada. He's bigger than Tanahashi. He is the man, and it it kind of sucks that that he's not being paid like he is, you know.
Yeah,
But
it's shitty, right? He should be like a gajillionaire, being the wrestler that he is and drawing crowds, but
yeah,
it's tough. It's a tough bracket out there in wrestling.
yeah. Um, so like, I I love pro wrestling. Specifically,
Hell yeah.
there's so many things about pro wrestling I love. I love the journeys that these guys could take me on if I'm watching them from like a young lion all the way to like mid the main event, or like with
Yeah.
Danielson, like how so I first saw Danielson in PWG in those blue trunks as a nothing guy, and to see him go from that live to see him main eventing WrestleMania and main eventing All In and going to the Tokyo Dome and being seen as like the biggest wrestler in the world, like that's a cool feeling to see that
It's pretty sweet.
evolution when you see like to see like just the wrestling matches themselves, like the psychology of it, and seeing like people try to do whatever they can to win or fighting from the bottom or coming back. My question for you is like, what to you makes a good wrestling match?
Oh, it's like it's very specific to the company and the genre. I really anytime there's a good hoss fight, just two huge dudes who
Hell
maybe
yeah.
not even that good at wrestling, just beating the shit out of each other. I'm like there for it, but also I love like a Zack Saber Jr. thing, super
Mm.
technical. But also there's that match. Was it like Joey Janela's Spring Break a few years ago? Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan,
Yeah,
where
that
it's just
whole
like two invisible wrestlers fighting, and like it only works because the referee makes it happen, and the crowd is so just like full of wrestling nerds who know exactly what to do. Like I'm like
yeah.
that's awesome too. So I like goofy stuff like that. Cool, super serious. Like try to kill each other stuff. Also cool as long as it's like the most awesome version of itself it can be. I'm like fuck yeah,
Yeah,
let's
dude.
go.
That's good that you have like an open heart and open mind for that. Like to me, I could watch any style of wrestling. I love comedy wrestling when it's done right. All
Yeah,
that because like what matters to me, like the thing that will take me out of a match is if there's too much cooperation and like it's kind of like guys are just trading moves without like having anything of trying to win the match. Because what's number one to me, what's paramount for wrestling to work is I have to believe that somebody is trying to win. Whether
yeah,
it be like, because I love Dragon Gate and I love
yeah.
Stalker Ishikawa. I'm not sure if you watched the Tanahashi match from December, but that is one of the most heart-stopping matches I've ever watched because Stalker just tries his heart out for everything, and you feel it with him, and the crowd lives and dies with him, and it's a beautiful match. You should watch it, and it's like only like 5 minutes, so it
Sweet, sweet.
yeah. Because I believe whether it's Stalker Ishikawa or Toru Yano or God bless him, Evil. I love Evil. At least,
Hell yeah.
at least,
Evil.
yeah. House of Torture, Real Bullet Club.
Yeah.
The what I get from them is they're trying to win at any cost, even if it doesn't matter the kind of performance they're putting in. They're trying to win, and to me, that's better than when I watch a NXT thing where two guys are trying to remember the match they rehearsed, and like it just feels like kind of hollow. Also, I also see that in the indies. You just see guys trying to think about 2 3 steps ahead to the next spot, to the next spot, to the next spot. And to me, I like it when my wrestling just feels like a fight. Like it's just happening as
Yeah,
it's
a little
happening.
more like organic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that doesn't mean like they're throwing strikes at each other or like trying to kill each other. Although I love that. I love that stuff. But I just mean like two people like trying to like to try to win. Someone just trying to win. That's all I need, and I can buy into it.
Word.
And dude, you said you're in music. You playing in bands.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm doing 5 bands right now, which
Sick.
is kind of dumb, but it's fun too, It's
I mean,
yeah, it's like being married to like 20 guys, but like it's cool, Just I've been playing music for most of my life, and yeah, it's not like trying to like get famous or anything. It's just like a thing to do on the weekends, play some shows, jam sometimes. Just yeah, just for fun.
yeah. I love music, and so what kind of music are you playing? Are we talking like hard rock? Are we talking like you're in a jam band? Are we talking like alt rock? What are we talking?
So yeah, like for most of like my 20s now into my early 30s, a lot of like hardcore punk and death metal stuff.
Dope.
I'm in like an alt rock band as well, and recently just started up with a cover band,
Ooh, that's
which
fine.
we do mostly like kind of grunge and alternative late 90s, early 2000s hit stuff.
Oh man.
Haven't played any shows with them yet 'cause it's a pretty new thing, but looking forward to it. They do things like play casinos and stuff, so
Oh,
something a little different than playing pubs and stuff.
that's cool, man.
Different crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, to kind of make that equivalent to wrestling, like you're working your way into a different territory.
Different territory. Yeah,
Yeah, brother.
exactly,
You
exactly.
get you gotta work the different territories to get over and get booked somewhere. Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
like so, have you been to an indie show before?
Yeah, it's been a little bit since I went. There's a couple of promotions in and around Edmonton and kind of work all over Alberta, but the one that I've checked out the most, because I used to live like a block away from this Legion, so I was going to some of their shows.
Yeah.
It's called RCW.
Oh,
I'd say their biggest claim to like more international fame is that like Silas Young held one of their belts for a little bit,
okay.
for whatever that's worth. But yeah, I went
The
last time I
last
went
real
this a
man.
couple of years ago. The last real man, yeah. Ricky Shane Page was here. I'm like, I gotta go see
Okay.
Ricky Shane Page wrestle, and that was cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
And like, I like to like when I go to when I try to explain like indie wrestling to people, I kind of like explain it like it's kind of like you're going to a punk show, cause like you're packed together in like the room like in sardines. It's hot. It smells. The beer is stale and kind of gross, but also like, that's the only thing to drink. And like there's there's gonna be fighting and like super aggressive partying the whole show. That's kind of like what I equivalent indie wrestling to in my head, because I used to go to PWG shows and I used to go to like Deftone shows. They're not really punk, but I used
still cool.
yeah. So like you that's kind of how I feel. Like you going to a live rock show is like going to a indie show, and then going to like say like an arena show is like you go to watch like an arena rock band. So like
Yeah,
it's bigger, the stages are there and they'll play the hits, but like it doesn't feel as cool as when you go to the intimate stage and like it's just you and the band and a bunch of people like just headbanging. But
totally. And like a lot of people, like they always like. I shouldn't. That's a generalization, but lots of people always want like all wrestling to be super popular and all the guys to be super over and everything to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Everyone's like, well, what if PWG ran bigger buildings or whatever? It's like, or what if NXT was as big as like Raw and SmackDown? It's like I think maybe not financially for everyone involved, but like as a fan, I love that there's different levels of wrestling like that, where it's like some of it can go in stadiums, but some stuff can like only exist in dive bars, and it's like
yeah,
totally different vibes, and like each has their own charm to it, and you don't want them necessarily to cross contaminate. Because it's like I like this for what it is, and I like that for what that is.
yeah,
People who like really want like, oh, I wish like New Japan would like tour America all the time. It's like, no, man, like New Japan's got its own thing in Japan, and that's awesome. That's cool. They will run like a show in the States, but it's like I like that thing in that lane, and WWE in its lane, and TNA on its fucking soundstage or whatever it is. It can stay
Yeah.
there. NWA can run a studio or whatever it's doing. Like everyone's got their own little thing, and that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool to have these like different stadiums and different venues for wrestling because like you we were talking like you said earlier, you watch Dragon Ball, right? So like
Yeah,
having
yeah,
having a fight on Namek or having the fight with Cell in the Cell Games arena or like even going into Super and having like the Tournament of Power in that one like little pocket universe. It's cool to watch wrestling in all these places, you know. And like in Dragon Ball, it's cool like they have these all these different arenas that they're fighting into like and like it feels lived in, you know. Like when you go to
yeah.
Namek and there's like all that water everywhere and then like when you see like Porunga come up and there's all that lightning, but it and then like the whole like planet is just like falling apart. You just feel it, and it feels the chaoticness of like the Frieza and Goku fight escalating and escalating and escalating, and it's kind of like that also for like pro wrestling because when you like say you're watching like one of those Despy Produce shows, right, where he like has a death match, and they go all around Korakin, and all of a sudden he's falling on the knife board and stuff, and you hear like the people yell, because you're not gonna get that same match when you go to like Edion Hall or like Osaka Joe Hall or go to like you know Kobe World. It's not gonna be the same thing. It's all different, and I think
Yeah,
that
they're not
that
gonna put
rules.
that shit on Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, they're not gonna put that. And even if you put that on Wrestle Kingdom, some people will say like it's cool that Wrestle Kingdom has that kind of variety, but like nah, it works better when the fans are running for their life because they don't want to get glass in their face, you know. And like
Hell yeah.
that's the part that's also kind of equivalent because sometimes when you go to like a rock show, you get like some guys will be spitting or like breaking bottles and all this stuff, and like that's just part of the charm, you know. I mean, for crazy
Yeah, or
people.
it's like, there's like no seats assigned, there's just the mosh pit on the floor. That's like a whole
Oh,
different vibe than when you like go to the local hockey arena and see like the rock band play and you gotta sit in your chair and all that.
yeah.
It's two different scenes.
Yeah, dude, I totally love that. Um, what what are some of your favorite matches?
Ooh, favorite matches. Like I said, I love showing people because like I'm not like a shy wrestling fan. I'll be like tell folks that I know like, oh yeah, I love wrestling or whatever, and if
Oh hell
anyone's
yeah!
curious, like, oh, like what should I check out? And I think entry level stuff is like, oh, just WWE's on Netflix, check that out. But I love showing people, like I said, Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan, just to be like, this is how dumb and awesome wrestling can be, or like
Yeah,
putting on like deathmatch stuff for people, which it certainly isn't for everyone. It's like this is also what wrestling can be.
yeah.
It can be like this, like stupid glass tube pizza cutter shit going on.
Hey, violence is really cool. For me, I think it's cool. The escalation of violence, blood, glass, it's cool. I love that. I love a good Crimson Mask, you know.
Hell yeah,
And like one of the matches I love to show people, like when people say they're fans, what I love to show people is Vader versus Cactus Jack on WCW Saturday Night. Have you ever watched that match?
never.
All right, go on Daily Motion. I'll send you the link, and I'm just gonna describe one spot. So this was either before or after Foley lost his ear. So there's a spot
Yeah,
in the match, okay, because they work stiff. Both of them work stiff.
yeah.
So Vader holds Foley's head against a turnbuckle, takes off his glove, and starts doing hammer fist after hammer fist after hammer fist right to his eyeball, and then you start to see swelling pop off of Cactus's face. And there's no way they work that. There is no way you can work that because he just pummeled that man. And
Sweet.
Yeah, I think you'll love. I think you'll like it because besides there being violence, there's still like the factors of it's Mick Foley and it's Vader. So of course they're gonna put in a tremendous effort to show the fans like what's what. And
Give me the worth. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and like you, so you so I love that match. What else matches are great for you?
So as far as like New Japan goes, I came in around the time of like, Kenny starting to take off as a singles.
Oh yeah,
So like I love his stuff with Okada like everyone does. I think as good as that is, I think, I'm on the team Shibata Okada is better than any of the Kenny ones, but I love the Kenny ones.
yeah,
But my favorite match, and like I said, I'm a Naito guy like through and through, but my favorite match since I started watching New Japan, well, this kind of a disservice to like every Ishii match because he's also excellent all the time, but
yeah.
Jay White versus Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom, I just fucking love that match.
Oh
And
wow, you watched the
I
full
think Jay
55 minutes,
White,
huh?
yeah, I think Jay White super, and he had tough shoes to fill, and I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, but I think he's super underrated.
Yeah,
No matter how highly rated he is as like a promo guy and as like a Weasley fucking heel, I think he's excellent. I don't think he's used that well in AEW, but whatever. That's the story of a lot of wrestlers' lives. But yeah, I love that match a lot. I love when Ibushi kind of goes into like his autistic rage mode and stops
oh
playing by the
yeah,
rules and starts throwing live rounds. I just live for that shit. And then yeah, Ibushi picking up the belt there, super cool. Love that
yeah.
match.
Dude, the part
Uh,
where his face just goes blank, like those the part of
yeah,
the match when his face just goes blank, like he's not angry, it's just like an empty look, and he just looks straight
like
at
his
Jay.
humanity turns off.
Yeah, and he just like starts slapping him, and then just starts stomping him
Yeah,
like Nakamura would do. Just kept
he's like
stomping and
brushing his
stomping and
nose
stomping.
off. Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
awesome.
Yeah, man. I get it. That is a fantastic match. I like.
But also to like Ibushi Naito, all their matches where they're like landing on top of their heads on purpose. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Fuck
This is
yeah, man.
awesome.
You know, like, what's lame about that is I hate safety police, right? So safety
Dave
police,
Meltzer refusing to give it a star rating. Like, Dave,
he'll
grow up.
he'll refuse to get that a star rating, but he gives that NXT ladder match where all the girls got grade 2 concussions and like were botching left. He gave that a 4 stars and a and a quarter. And there's no way you can tell me like that was safe at all because like it wasn't. Those girls took took like a month off. I think all of them took like a month off before they came back on TV.
Because they got 0% body fat, so every bump counts as like 6 bumps.
Yeah, and they're landing
Can't
like
be landing like,
back of the head on the ladder from
yeah.
like 15 feet up. It's like holy shit. Why are they letting these green people like just? But I digress. I mean, I sound like a safety police, but it was cool, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's sweet. I
It was
mean,
sweet. I mean,
stay
like I
safe and
liked
all
it.
that, but it's sweet.
Yeah, yeah. But like when I go on like safety police stuff, I'm like, you know, this is a profession where people get paid to land on the back of their heads, take falls from great heights, and do it consistently night in, night out for however many years until their body gives out. You cannot tell me that you don't see the value in something like say who's the one like how Naito and Ibushi where Ibushi took like that freaking German off the top right onto the apron, the hardest part of the ring, and not be like, oh man, that ruled, that ruled, and like
It's so sweet.
he still got up, he still got up. They finished the match.
Yeah, and they're both doing fine now, right? They're both healthy guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even their heads that are messed up; it's their knees, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's everything else.
Yeah,
So
it's
what does
everything
that
else.
tell you?
Yeah, yeah, I mean, like so when I talk about like violence and I talk about like these big bumps and I talk about like these moments, there's so much a part of that is so much of wrestling is like getting that excitement that these guys are willing to put themselves through this danger not for my entertainment, but just in the context of a match, they're doing it so that they can win. And that's all. That's how I watch wrestling. I don't watch wrestling to like say like, oh, that's a cool move. How are they selling? Okay, how are they going to get to this? Okay, are they putting this thing over? No, I'm watching wrestling like it's real. When I'm watching wrestling, I'm treating it like I'm watching a TV show when they get, or like Dragon Ball when they get to the actual fight. I'm watching like to see like how this fight is going to turn out and well what's going to happen after it and what's going to be the fallout. That's what I'm how I'm watching wrestling. And
Yeah.
I wish more people would, but I can't control how people watch things because everybody can interpret it however they want to. I'm not a I'm not an overlord, but I'm just saying how I watch it is different than how, say, people who rate wrestling watch it. Because I kind of also hate giving ratings to matches outside of that was good, watch it, or that was bad, I wouldn't watch it. Or usually when it's a really bad match, I say you should watch it because
It's worth to
it's
see
worth
just
it.
how bad a match can be
Yeah,
sometimes.
I recommend people should watch Minoru Suzuki versus Butterbean. It is
I don't
the.
so
Go ahead.
like normally for Mania weekend, I'm like no plans with anyone. I just like want to watch wrestling all weekend, watch all the GCW shows,
Yeah,
check out and like it's
that's sick.
Easter weekend this year, and like my parents were coming in town, and it was like also my mom's birthday, so I had to hang out with like them and my family and like my brothers and all that all weekend, which is cool because family's important and stuff. But I'm gonna like miss all. I caught the Manias, I didn't catch anything else, so I still haven't watched any like Spring Break or Bloodsport or Clusterfuck show or whatever. But I hear I gotta watch Suzuki versus Butterbean because they say it's like the worst match ever. I'm like that sounds
Uh,
like the best match ever.
yeah. Yeah. If you want to do a watch along, we can do a watch along, and it's so. When I tell you, I watched some really bad matches. I watched Charmel versus that lady from Survivor. I watched the Battle of the Billionaires when they had that fake Rosie O'Donnell fight, Ace Steel, and
I forgot all about that. Holy
oh
shit.
yeah, and I watched some bad wrestling. I watched that Giant Baba versus Raja Lion. Uh, it I love Botchamania. I love Botchamania on Promo Joe.
Yeah,
Those make
Botchamania
me
is
laugh.
cool.
Those make me laugh. But like, there's always some innate entertainment that you get from watching like a real shitty match. Because last year, on our personal Discord, we we all watched in a live stream. We all watched the Dory Funk Jr. Nishimura Onita barbed wire explosion match. And let me tell you, it is one of the scariest matches to watch because you see 80-year-old Dory Funk Jr. and you see,
Yeah.
God rest his soul, Osamu Nishimura, who was on stage 4 cancer, and like basically he had to sign a waiver that said if he died, there's nothing to blame, there's nobody else to blame, and like he's in there taking these bumps, getting hit with a barbed wire bat with the explosion. I'm like, man, but I'm loving it, and everybody's
Yeah,
moving at
good
a
for
snail's
those guys,
pace.
you know?
Yeah, yeah, because like if you look at the story of it, basically Nishimura was actually, because this goes beyond the match, right? Because we watch the matches and the match, right? But like,
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
like
yeah.
to do also, I like to like look into the history. I look at the purpose of a match sometimes, and
Sure.
so the story of the match. Besides that, like, okay, because this is supposed to be a tribute match to Terry Funk, because Dory usually does a match every year, and Nishimura was big on trying to work matches with Terry and Dory. He actually spent his young boy years at the Funkin' Conservatory, and but he never really got to have the match with Terry and Dory that he wanted. So like as sort of like his last wish, his dying wish is to have been in a match with at least one Funk, and he got it. It might not have been the best match, but he got it. And like,
He's like a make a wish, you know, like John Cena hooking him up with a make a wish, but
yeah, Yeah, and like that part, it's kind
That's
of like
beautiful.
it's like a beautiful story, right? That's like a beautiful story.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He got to do what he wanted, and like again, I bring this up about punk rock because like Onita said that when he ran FMW and doing that, he's doing it DIY all by himself, and nobody's telling him what to do, and he's figuring it out on his own. And that right there, that is the rock and roll spirit, man. And
DIY, yeah.
yeah, and this it is not what Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa do. It's like you see this guy. I know people were like whatever on it, like worried about it, but like no, he's dying already. What more should he care? This is his
Yeah, it's
dream.
like, what are you gonna do? Kill him? Like,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, and like you see, there's beauty in stuff like this, and you see like it's like he wanted to have this match for his entire career. He dreamt about teaming with the Funks when he was a kid, and he got it. And to me,
Yeah,
that's now I'm like, I wasn't even thinking about that until like right now. I'm like, hey, that guy, that's pretty cool that you get to do that and you got to go out on his own terms. And that's kind of a story that like is just man, wow, that's sick. That's pretty
it's
sick.
sweet. And like, granted, like watching like 80-year-olds do a death match isn't gonna be for everyone, but like, I think maybe a bit of a problem with wrestling fans is they expect like everything to be for them, or they get mad when stuff isn't for them, and there's so much hate watching, and I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
yo, like there's other stuff you can do if you don't like what's on, you know. There's like besides the fact there's like more wrestling to watch than ever, and you'll probably find something you like if you go look, and it's like, and like there's sometimes you're watching a match alone or with your buddies or whatever, and you're like, oh no, this is like bad and I'm not enjoying it, and you can like roast it a little bit. Like if you're like finding yourself not enjoying stuff more than you are enjoying it, it's like get it. It's too negative. Put that shit away. You don't need to be watching that. It's like
yeah,
frustrating to you, and that's one thing I like when I first joined up with like the Social Suplex Network. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm
brother.
not gonna be on the Discord if it's just a bunch of dudes shitting on everything they watch all the time, because it's like, what's the point? And I don't really check out the other like AEW, WWE stuff too much, but at least for like the New Japan conversation, I think it's like mostly like dudes who enjoy what's going
Yeah.
on, or even like just enjoy the wrestlers and the match quality at least, even if there's some other problems with the company people don't like. But like,
Hey,
I think it's mostly a positive place, which I really like about it. 'Cause
yeah.
it's good to be around that kind of energy because that's what you want. It's a hobby. You want to enjoy it.
It's the most immaculate. Those two channels, the Keeping It Strong Style and the NJPW channel, it's the most
Yeah,
immaculate
yeah,
wrestling channels I have on all the discords I'm on. It's like the most, it's the funniest, most self-deprecating, and like informative like group of people that I've been interacting with. That's why I love, that's why I kind of hit you up to get a talk because you're kind of new in this. You're kind of new in the territory, brother, and I gotta put you over. So,
hey, I appreciate it.
yeah, like, cause like whether it's Josh or Darren, Jeremy or Fraser, shout out Fraser, and
Yeah, I just heard him on like the podcast like a week or two ago,
yeah, Fraser Japan
and
is
I was like,
cool.
I loved it. Yeah,
Yeah, like Chris Samsa drops in from time to time. It's like it's a good group of people. Yeah, I know Karen Peterson. It's just you get like Trish. You get all this like this conversation there, and like outside of other channels, it's kind of like everybody's banging the drum, and like if I want to say it like this, like when you go into the space of American pro wrestling, a lot of it is also tied to people being super cynical about every fucking thing, breaking down everything. So I get it when like
yeah,
people get tired of all this complaining and bitching and whining. Why are you even fucking watching it if this makes you so unhappy? And like,
right. Like go outside, go get an ice cream cone. You'll cheer it up.
yeah, like you should like just like go outside, take a deep breath and like
Bro, touch some fucking grass, buddy.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, bud.
fucking life's too short. Just hack a dart and fucking go for a stroll or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what you should be doing, but you can't be like
Fuck
sitting there
yeah,
and just fucking stewing over shit that doesn't matter. It's like fucking A, man.
that's what turns your fucking hair gray.
Oh yeah. Definitely, definitely, definitely.
Fucking right.
like, cause like, so we're talking, right, and we've been having conversations, and like, there's something about pro wrestling that's a little bit romantic, like, uh, not like romantic as in fall in love. Although like Swerve and
It
Hangman
sometimes it is
Page,
that, you
yeah,
know.
sometimes it is romantic. But like when you like wax about like what you love and what you like and what's good to you, there's like a real feeling inside where you're like, hell yeah, you know what I'm watching, I'm not wasting my time watching this. And there's so much more out there than what's on TV. And I want people to like, I know not everybody has that access, although you mean you have a cell phone, you have YouTube, you have access to everything. But like there's more to wrestling than what's on TV. And
Absolutely.
and even if there's wrestling on TV, there's got to be like one, you're watching a show for what you like, right? Cuz once I hear that fart music come on and I see that guy in brown face painted up with the brown hands and that stupid scarf, I just like instantly just like ignore and just do something else. And my life is better for it. I could spend all my time complaining about that guy, or I can watch I could watch David Fidley, or I could watch I could watch Yoda Suji, or I could watch The Egg. But like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hopefully one day he comes out of his shell. But
That's all.
there's so
You know,
much to me that there is that's good in pro wrestling that sometimes people get lost in the sauce and like stay in that negative space because it's so easy to harp on and harp on and harp on, but like to actually sit there and like think about what you like and how you can like why'd you even start with this, and just like to like stick to that path and like find things that make you happy. And I like try to use that philosophy in my life is why am I trying to keep this shit in my life when I could be happy, you know?
totally, totally. It's life's too short, you know, and like to devote energy to like negative shit that just bums you out. It's like, you know, it's like the wrestling thing, you know, like everyone's bummed out about the AEW John Moxley Death Riders thing. It's like, I can't believe they're still doing it. Just like, don't watch it till someone else wins the belt, then you'll be happy or something, you know? Or
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I hate WWE, you know, like during the Bloodline, I can't believe Roman's been champ for like 4 years or whatever. It's like, all right, just watch something else. They got like two world titles. Watch the other show or whatever. I don't know.
I mean, I like the
You know, go
bloodline.
ahead. Oh, yeah, like that's another thing too, where it's like I would like that kind of wrestling doesn't work everywhere, but like the you know the cinema, the I only work spears and Superman punches and
Yeah.
everything's like a soap opera thing, whatever. It's like yeah, for like WWE, like fuck yeah, I'll watch that.
Yeah, for
And in that context, I'm like, cool, this is fun, it's dumb,
yeah,
let's
like
go. Like it's not like a good match in like New Japan, and it's not like a good match in like GCW, but for what they're doing, like in this time in WWE, it's like yeah, that's cool.
yeah. I mean, did you ever watch that Joey Janela Toriano match? Where Toriano wrestles that match straight?
I don't know if I've seen it.
It's so bad. Not in bad in like, oh, you gotta watch away, but like it's so bad because like you know, like how Joey does those, tries to have those classic matches with like everyone where, kickouts, power up, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
He does that with Toriano. And Yano is just like Yanoing up during the match. Like Yano's not even doing the Yano, so he's not even doing the comedy bits. He's like shooting singles. He's like
Like
working
old
from
school Yano.
not even old school Yano, because old school Yano would still be dirty and stuff. He's like literally working like a young lion match, but like at quarter speed, and it's just funny. It's just funny to me like to see him work like as an underdog against like Joey Janela, and they're all like having a serious match. And I don't know if that was supposed to be what the comedy was, that these two came together to have like a hard man match, but it's just like that's funny to me. And like yeah, what works somewhere is not technically isn't always gonna work everywhere else, right? And like
Yeah.
what works for some people isn't gonna work for other people because like some people love that PWG style of boom, 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 and other people are gonna say like, but what was the point of all that? Like,
For sure. That's like for years people were like, "Oh, I think this guy from Japan would do good in WWE. This guy from Japan, like, I want to see Okada in WWE. I want to see Tanahashi." I was like, you know who I think would fucking thrive? This is like still like Vince era 2000 thing, but I was like Taguchi would be like the best New Japan guy in WWE. I think he'd get more over than anybody because like
Yeah.
his level of goofiness, hitting dudes with his ass, like I think just would have like thrived over there compared to someone who can work like a good half hour match anytime.
Yeah,
Like
because
Shingo in WWE maybe doesn't get over, but Taguchi, easy, easy money,
easy.
printing money.
Just butt stuff. Imagine Taguchi and R-Truth together. My God, that's money
Hey,
right there.
SmackDown Tag Champs right there,
Yeah, what was it? Yeah, R Taguchi. Man,
right? It just works. It rolls off the tongue.
yeah, and it's just like you get people that are just want to. I don't want to harp on other people, you know. I don't want to harsh my buzz because right now, how we're talking, we're just like, you know, it's like you're reminiscing about what makes you feel good about wrestling, right? And like
Posy vibes, posy
positive.
vibes.
And like when we talk about like what makes you feel bad about wrestling is it's like it's not even the wrestlers, it's not even like the promotions. I mean that stuff's a bummer too, especially if you think about like because I when I watch wrestling as an escape, right? I watch it to
Yeah,
get away from like all the shit that's on my TV, the news, whatever, and then like I also watch MMA for that, right? But then when I turn on UFC or I put on WWE and I see what,
and Donald Trump's walking down the ramp, like, get the fuck out of
yeah,
here. You know,
fuck
I just want to
this,
watch.
man.
I
I
want to
don't.
watch some dude punch some dude.
I'm just here to see some violence. I'm not here to hear you talk about wokeness and all this bullshit. No, I'm here to see people fight, and I'm no. I don't want this. And like,
Yeah,
ha- yeah. Go ahead.
UFC, like, I don't know. There's MMA kind of podcaster analyst guy Luke Thomas talks about this. How like UFC used to just be like fucking weirdos, and it was like funnier. There was just like the weirdest dudes you could imagine, and now it's
Yeah,
just like a bunch of like hardcore, like more right leaning guys and like,
gripers.
whatever. But
Yeah,
like it used to just be like the freak show. And, you shouldn't dwell on the glory days. That's not good for your soul either. But it's like, yeah, it used to just be all these weird guys coming together and punching each other. And that was kind of fun and funny. And now it's like kind of a different sport and the charm is sort of gone.
yeah,
But I mean, it's still fist fights. Fist fights are always going to be fun to watch.
yeah.
But
You
like,
know,
it was cooler when it was like, oh yeah, it's like a crab fisherman from Alaska fist fighting like a dude we found in the woods of some country no one's ever heard of. It's like that's cool.
oh yeah. I
More
love
like Street
those.
Fighter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love those early UFCs when you have like the guy who says he's like Art Jimerson or that you know you see like the guy that just looks like he came out of like the freaking the hills have eyes and coming down to fight. That shit
Yeah,
is
yeah,
funny to
yeah.
me. And you bring up Street Fighter. I love Street Fighter. That's Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. That's probably my favorite fighting game of all time.
Yeah, yeah,
Tekken, I
yeah.
love
Shout
all
out
that
Super
stuff.
Nintendo.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I'm surprised someone your age. Well, no, you would have been around the right age. But you know, like,
I'm 33, so
yeah. So like,
I was around for some Super Nintendo.
all right, yeah. So like, even fighting games also has that appeal like that pro wrestling has to me because I mean they have wrestlers in it. They have E Honda and they have Zangief in there, and they have T Hawk.
Yeah,
So all three of them is pro wrestlers, and then you play that other game like Final Fight. Hager is the mayor of Metro City, but he's also the former world heavyweight champion. And like,
you ever play Saturday Night Slam Masters, Capcom
bro,
wrestling game?
that's my favorite game. Me and my brother used to like go through
Sweet.
the tournament mode, and when we had like the 4 player adapter, me, my brother, and my cousins, we'd all just like be brawling on that, and because like
Fuck yeah,
there's like 15 of us, so like to get through everybody, we play like that game because it's like 4 players, so like everybody can have a turn. Yeah,
totally.
man, I love that. There's the gimmicks, the entrances. They oh man, talk about like
It's
a
pretty
hidden
sweet.
gem. I wish they would
Yeah,
re-release that,
absolutely.
man.
Right? Like, why not?
I
Now
w-
Capcom's got all this Street Fighter money. It's like, hit up some of the other classics.
yeah, get re-release this as a HD thing, and then put like online on it, or like do like how they brought back Street Fighter. They can make their own wrestling game like this, put all their own wrestlers in it, not having to pay any licenses to any like AEW or WWE, and just have one of the funnest arcade experiences. Because that game to this day is one of is like a hidden gem, one of my favorite games, man. I love that game. Who?
It still holds up. I bet it holds up.
Yeah. Who did you use?
Hey, there was like a lucha guy. What was
Oh
his
yeah,
name? Like
Stingray.
Astro or something, Stingray or something.
Yeah, El
Yeah.
Stingray. Yeah, he was dope. I liked him because he kind of reminded me of Rey Mysterio, because he was like so tiny.
Yeah.
Like his sprite was like the smallest sprite in the game. I liked him. I liked the Grater because he was a Vader knockoff, and I love Vader. Big Van Vader is one of my favorite
Alex the
guys.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It was like,
just. Go ahead.
was it like, fuck. There was like a fat dude who could like fart on people.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He's the Canadian in the game actually.
Yeah.
Flapjack. He was
I've
Flapjack.
thought about that in like years, but like I just like unearthed that memory. I was like, yeah,
Yeah, he
dude.
would fart on people. He had like a green mist. Oh man,
Yeah,
that would be me and my brother's team. Me and my brother would use a Grater and Flapjack because they were the fat
sweet.
guys. Because I was a big boy growing up. So
Hey,
like,
shout out Haas because I love a Haas wrestler.
dude, yeah, you were talking about like you could what. The first thing I asked you is like what you like. You said you like two hosses charging at each other. There's nothing like it. I mean, not to rip off somebody that I do love. I mean, I'm a rip off. Keep your 5-star matches. Keep your 30-minute classics. Bump that. I want big meaty men slapping meat. 5 minutes. That's all I need.
5 minutes.
Five
Yeah,
minutes.
we don't need cardio here. We don't fuck that 30 minute near fall stuff. It's just
Nah.
like let the
Yeah.
big boys run into each other.
This is where the big boys play. Let me see them throw forearms and lariats and chops and hit each other with a shoulder block and like boss up to each other with the shoulder block and no sell it, and then oh,
Well,
I'm in
one of
heaven.
them hit bounce, and you're like,
Yeah. One guy hits a shoulder block, brushes his titty off. The other guy hits a shoulder block, brushes his titty off, and then boom, big
that's
clothesline.
good wrestling.
Yeah, man. This is why I'm loving Hobbs right now, bro. The, the moment he stopped
Yeah.
selling is the moment that he started selling me on him. That's
Amen.
and like there's something about big. So I'm sure you're younger than me, and you just got into New Japan. But in all Japan, the philosophy from Giant Baba was real main event pro wrestling is giant bodies clashing against each other, and it's still that still holds true today. And it's like when you see that, I mean, it's great to see like the smaller guys like go in there and be athletic and pull off like like Pac and does all those flips, and he's one of my favorites. Or Danielson like getting you into like pretzels with his submission work. It still that's great, but then like when I see like who do I see? When I see somebody like I know he's bad. People don't like him anymore. But when I see Brock Lesnar, no sell a drop kick, laugh, pick the guy up with one hand and hit like a deadlift German, that will always pop me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, it's great talking to you, man. It's great talking to real fans, and getting to know like that there's still people that love it, that actually still love this. You might not love the current product, you might not love what's on TV, you might whatever, but there's still something about pro wrestling that's like enjoyable.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, sorry, my headphone just died. Batteries.
Oh, bro. Oh, okay, it's cool, bro. One
But I
of
can
the
still talk on my phone, but I don't know if that messes with the mix at all.
no, it's cool, bro. It's cool. It's cool. You're cool.
Cool.
When since you're a musician, like, and part of that performance art is also like crowd interaction and all that stuff, right? So who in and all that besides all that, what are some of your favorite theme songs in pro wrestling?
Whoa, favorite theme songs. Um, in New Japan, I love Evils a lot right now.
Oh, it's sick.
Spooky as hell.
Yeah.
Um,
Dun, 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 dun.
yeah, and
Yeah, I
then it
love
gets
that.
all like starts getting fucking gnarly all of a sudden. That's sweet. I mean
Yeah.
Suzuki's obviously everyone loves Suzuki's
Yeah.
with
That's
the whole
hard.
sing along. I know a lot of people love Naito, and like I said, I'm a Naito guy. But the song, I could take it or leave it. Like it's cool, but it doesn't hit for me like I know it does for some people.
It's the entrance itself with the song with the with the lights, the flickering lights. That's what kind of
Yeah,
builds
the
it
whole
up.
the whole package.
Yeah, like because like it's made for to come into a giant arena. It's not made for Korakuen Hall. It's not made for
Totally.
so because like that's what you need to have the claps. You need to have the chant. You need the big lights. You need the bright lights and the big. You need the big arena for that. Because some songs
All the
are made
glitz
for the
and
arenas.
glamour. Yeah.
Yeah. But what else are you? What are some of your other favorite songs, man?
In WWE now, I mean, this is like a common criticism. Now, there's not so many
Oh,
good ones with the
yeah.
guys that got coming up with their music now. I heard Aleister Black came back with his song that the guy from Incendiary sings, which that's a banger.
That's a good song.
Uh,
Yeah.
like all time, Rob Van Dam's probably I always loved the one of a kind one.
Ding, ding,
His
ding,
WWE
ding, ding,
song
ding,
is
ding. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, they couldn't do Walk, but that's all right.
yeah, yeah. Slow Chemical too, Kane's song, the
Oh,
Finger 11 one.
yeah,
Love that one.
I love that song, man. Like when you hear the lyrics and like you hear like that first bar, like to every intuition fails, whatever.
And it's heavy. It's like it's just big slow drum part.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
banger song.
this fire. Yeah, it's so it rocks, man. I love a good butt rock song, and like
Hell yeah.
that's like one of those awesome like butt rock songs. I mean, one of the other ones,
That,
yeah. Go ahead.
that whole ruthless aggression era with like the butt rock or like the like cheesy shit like Big Show song like well it's the
Yeah.
bit like I love that. I love I
Oh
don't
man.
need a wrestling song to be serious and like fuck the generic stuff like Jim Johnson had it going on.
Yeah.
You knew like you just gotta have a song that's like the character and it can be a little stupid or it can be like a little cringy, but like if it sets up the vibe for this character, then that's perfect.
Yeah, man. Well, one of my favorite songs from the Ruthless Aggression, besides Batista's, I love Batista's theme. I
Oh,
walking around inside of the
Batista's like the best ever,
twinkle.
you know?
Oh
Just
man,
everything about Batista.
yeah, you're talking about big bodies, man. So
He's my guy.
he's my guy too, dude. I know, like I'm 40, but like back when he debuted, I was in high school, like so 2002 2001. When he showed
Yeah.
up, he looked like everything I wanted in a wrestler. Well, before after the Leviathan one, because that one was kind of like whatever. But when he came
Yeah.
in with like looking all big and mean as a deacon, and then eventually he joined Evolution and all that, he rocks, man. I love I love the way he did his moves. I love the suits he wore. I love the promos he cut. I love that he's Filipino, so like I actually had a guy like because I never really had guys I could look up to that kind of look that were from my country until
Yeah.
like Batista showed up, and I was like, oh man, so, like what was it about Batista that rocked with you?
So like I said, we kind of like me and my brother got back into wrestling like 2005. So like he was like champion by then.
Yeah,
And I just like one of the first shows I remember watching. I remember he like squashed Nunzio,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, "Look at this fucking awesome dude! He steps on the ramp, he comes out to Godsmack. He does a machine gun with fireworks.
Hell
He
yeah.
just beat the shit out of this nerd, and he's so cool. And he's friends with Rey Mysterio, who's also cool as hell.
Hell yeah.
Like this is the best wrestler alive. And John Cena was champ on the other show. I'm like, John Cena's okay. He's like a white
Yeah.
rapper, dude. It's cringy as
Yeah.
hell. But
But
Batista's just like, yeah, that's what you want. And you're like, the worst thing a babyface champion can be is like meek. Like you want him to be an ass kicker, you know?
yeah.
When they're like, oh, I got to do the right thing. I got to be a good friend. It's like, no. Like this Cody Rhodes having a moral dilemma at WrestleMania. It's like, grow up, dude. Go be an ass kicker. You know?
Yeah.
Like Batista was just like, I'm gonna show him beat up like whoever the bad guy is. I'm gonna spear him to death.
He
Like that's the
fucking
dude I want to cheer for.
he fucking broke Kevin Owens' neck at the Royal Rumble, and he can't hit John Cena with a belt. You kidding
Right? And
me?
I love Kevin Owens, you know, like Canadian guys love him.
Yeah.
Like, and like when Cody Rhodes is doing that, I'm like, fuck yeah, that's a good babyface champion. It's like that guy fucked with you. You gotta get him back.
Yeah, and he
And then
did.
WrestleMania's like, I don't know. I'm like, dude, like what are you doing? Come on.
What is this? What is this booking? But yeah,
What
man.
is this book?
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
wrote this? The Rock?
yeah. We need men like Batista back who would have sex with your girlfriend because she wanted to do it, and like give you a high five after. Oh man,
That's a true champion right there.
that's the true champion. He would take Eddie Guerrero's like dinner from him and say thanks, man, and like there's stuff like
Beautiful.
that. He and plus like that body, man. That's a beautiful body.
Oh,
I'm a,
body for days.
I'm a body guy, right? I love body guys because like the moment because I'm never gonna look like that. So like having like that kind of like what is it? I don't know. They say bodies for the male gaze, right? Male gaze. That's a funny
Hell
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, like these big buff muscular dudes like tattoos everywhere, being cool. That always rocks. That rocks with me all the
It's
time. Yeah,
Wrestlers should either look like the most juiced up people in the world or like circus freaks where their bodies like make no like Haystacks Calhoun, you know, like
Oh yeah.
shredded, you know, like skinny shredded. No. You either get buff or you get like freaky weird body type.
Yeah.
I don't need shred. Like two guys on the roster can be shredded, that's fine. And everyone else better get something weird going on.
Yeah, you know what? Somebody said this the other week. Like, Adam Cole has a giant Baba body,
Oh my god.
and like that popped me. You don't like bodies in wrestling. You like to have different bodies, and that makes them stand out. I usually like to end my dinners on something sweet, and sometimes it's dessert. Sometimes I wait a little bit, get like whatever afterwards. So my question for you is, what's your favorite sweet thing?
Favorite sweet thing? Shit, that's a good question. I love like pies. You know, pies is good.
Hell yeah.
But I'm gonna give you a Canadian one. I don't know if you guys have them in America or where anyone is listening if they have them there, but it's called a Nanaimo bar.
Nimo bar.
Nanaimo bar. So on Vancouver Island, there's a town called Nanaimo. I think they come from there.
Mm.
And basically, what it is, it's like a coconut chocolate bottom,
Okay.
and then like custard on top of that, and then like a hard chocolate on top, and you make it like in a casserole dish kind of thing, 3 layers. But then you like serve it as little pieces.
Oh.
It's big in Western Canada. I don't even know about Eastern Canada if they have it out there, because who the fuck knows what's going on
man.
out there.
West Coast, best coast.
But it's good stuff.
Yeah. That sounds like it, man.
How about you? Hit me with the dessert.
All right. So I'm a big ice cream guy, and
Nice.
every time we go somewhere, I love to always get, whether it be like a chocolate lava pie, a peanut butter blondie. I always have to get something with peanut butter in it because I'm a freak for peanut butter or for pineapple. So today I'm gonna go with Dole Whip. Dole Whip is like a sorbet. Like it's nice and creamy. You can get it at Disneyland or anywhere that serves like Hawaiian food. I find it nice. It's like they make an ice cream with like pineapple juice, and you know how pineapple juice is frothy. So when they put
Yeah.
it into a soft serve machine, so when it comes out, it's soft, it's like sweet and tangy, and it hits all the notes for me. This answer always changes every show. So,
There's lots of good desserts out there, you know?
oh, bro, yeah, yeah, like it's great to get something sweet after eating like a big like steak dinner.
Oh yeah, big fucking authentic Albertan steak there. Eh?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, rare, you know. Just wipe the cow's ass and put it on my plate, you know. Don't even
yeah.
cook the thing.
Oh yeah, just gotta put it on there, and you just gotta give her, fucking
Give her
give her.
fucking A.
Yeah, man. Is there something you'd like to where people can see your stuff at, or how can people support you?
No, no, I don't really fuck with social media very much. I have like I don't really go on it, you know. I'm around the Discord. I assume anyone who's listening to this that I would interact with is on the Discord. So
Yeah,
what can I say? Put laugh emojis on my jokes because it's good for my dopamine levels, and I'll try to do the same for you, and we'll just boost each other's dopamines together, and that's how we'll get through. You know these hard times.
yeah. I'll tell you what, bud. I'm gonna like all your posts, and we're gonna share some laughs, man. I want
Hell
to
yeah,
thank you.
yes. I mean, so far it's been good. Like I said, I really enjoyed being in this Discord with some folks to talk some New Japan. Because I got like another wrestling Discord, but they don't fuck with New Japan. So last Wrestle Kingdom, I was like, I gotta find some people, and I'd heard the Keeping It Strong Style podcast a couple times. I'm like, I think they got a Discord.
Yeah,
Maybe I can hop on now.
yeah. It's probably one of the funnest discords I've been on. So yeah, man. Thank you for coming on, and hopefully one of these days you can show up on my roundtable because I need some youth. I need youth. I need to push some young
I would
lions.
love. I would love to be the youthful one in a situation again. I feel like that's happening less and less these days.
Oh
So,
yeah, dude. I talked. Yeah, we'll talk more, man. We'll talk more.
sounds good. Sounds good.
Thank you.